Homeowners, before you leave this video, what if I told you you can pay your 30-year mortgage off in 77 months? It sounds crazy, right? Mm-mm. That's what I thought too until I saw the math. Now, I go and I always look for different resolutions, different ideas that I can save money for myself, how I can pay things off quicker. And I ran across this video on YouTube. And it was so powerful to me. And I kept looking at it and I kept looking at it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to share this with you all because we are in a rebellion. We are in a buy nothing rebellion. Buy nothing, pay off debt, and build wealth. That's the rebellion that we're in. And so I ran into her. She's at Fantastic Finances. Her name is Christy Van, Vann, and that's why she calls it Fantastic Finances. And she used velocity banking as the way that you can pay your mortgage off in 77 months or less. And when I was watching the video, and she was breaking it down so simply, she wasn't like selling a dream. She was showing actual numbers. And her question stuck with me. Why are homeowners okay with being in debt for 30 years when companies restructure their entire balance sheet every quarter? And this is what I talked about in another video, is that we don't even look at our balance sheet. All we're looking at is our next pair of shoes or what type of car we're going to get. We're so indoctrinated to this rat race that they designed for us that we don't even know that we are. And it's time to change our mindset. And I'll say this, homeowners, it's time to start thinking like corporations do. They cut costs, refinance debt, reallocate funds to free up capital. You can do the same thing with your mortgage. It is time, you guys. We are in this rebellion, and we really strictly need to pay attention to what is happening in our country, our economy, mass layoffs. Federal workers aren't getting paid right now. You know, guys, it is really time for us to wake up. We got to let that Kool-Aid go and design our own life. Now, we got to get out of the pockets of those billionaires and create our own pockets here. Listen, this system was designed for their profit, not for our freedom. I mean, let's be honest. A 30-year mortgage isn't about helping you own your home. It was all about helping the banks own your income. Your income for the first 10 to 15 years of that loan, you're mostly paying interest, not principal. That means you could be paying hundreds of thousands of dollars over the life of that loan. And when you watch her video, I'm going to put it in the chat down there. I'm also going to put it in the description notes where you can go and watch the whole video. That's the thing. A lot of times we don't like to learn. Sometimes it seems like homeowners like to stay stuck. No one wants to learn. I think most of the time we more like feed into gossip and drama instead of feeding our knowledge and how to break free from financial debt and the trap that they set for us years ago. You know, but when you look at her whole video, please take notes, take a look at your mortgage statement, take a look at your mortgage paperwork so you will see exactly where you are and start planning how you can incorporate this into your life. It will save you. It will break you free. And then you can start thinking about how I'm going to start owning land, buildings, and building companies. So I'm just not the consumer anymore. Homeowners, it's definitely time for us to be smart, honestly. Now, listen, saving thousands of dollars over the life of a loan, man, That's going to be really great, right? Just for the privilege of borrowing money from them, you are going to pay them hundreds of thousands of dollars on that loan. Just having the privilege of borrowing from them. And then home ownership, they act like, oh, it's such this big deal. You got to go through all this huge process. You got to show this, show that. Listen, renting is just as expensive as being a homeowner. Just as expensive. I'm sorry, I had my heater on. Just as expensive as being a homeowner. These rent prices are like through the roof. Oh my gosh. And let me tell you another thing. I'm trying to think of what I'm looking at when I say ownership. Paying these people all this hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest, that's not ownership. That's a slow drain disguised as opportunity. Man, they've been milking us forever. They've been, oh my gosh, they have really set us up for a very long time to continue to feed them. We got to break free. And this 77-month strategy, let's talk about how people are flipping the script, first of all. So that 77-month payoff method isn't magic, but it's about being intentional. And that's the whole thing with the rebellion, is being intentional. I'm going to be so honest with you. I recently got my hair done. I was so happy to find someone in my area right down the street from me that will cut my hair. And I would normally drive about 45 minutes to an hour to a young lady to get my hair done. And I didn't feel like doing that anymore. And I went to go get my hair cut. I made the appointment, went the next day. Now, I didn't ask her how much she charged, right? I didn't. I was gauging pretty much around almost a little bit under what I normally pay at my regular person that do my hair. She normally will, wash my hair, color my hair, because I do get a little gray here and there. So she will color my hair, wash my hair, condition it. And I would pay her about $125. So this young lady that I went to right down the street from me, she washed my hair, no conditioner, no dye. She cut my hair and it looks okay. I mean, I've had this cut before, I've had it before. So it's nothing really new, but I just really needed for it to be shaped, right? And so when I got finished, I was like, okay, how much do I owe you? She told me $150. I paid it, right? Because I had to, because I did not ask her how much this haircut with no conditioner, shampoo with no conditioner was going to cost me. But when I went home, seriously, it's like my spirit in me was like, why did you do that? Why did you waste that money? I even called one of my friends and she said, you paid what? She's like, don't you do that again. She said, there's too many people around here that do hair for way less. Too many. And she said, but you just have to do your research. You just can't go with the first person because you're happy that you found them. Y'all, I have nothing against hairdressers that charge $150, $200 just to wash and cut a hair. Look, more power to you. But I no longer want to be in the mindset that it's okay for me to pay that much for my hair to be done. And I don't even want to pay that much if I'm a millionaire. I don't want to set my mindset up because I feel like I got money. Oh, I can just pay that. No, I want a nice cut, but I don't want to be gutted at the same time. Right? So I'm trying to redo my mind again and say, okay, I got to fully and truly start doing the right research, because every dollar I have now until the day I leave here, I wanted to make it count for me. And normally, honestly, I leave a tip. I didn't even leave a tip because I'm like, I would be around $200 for a cut and a wash with no conditioner. Y'all, these are the type of things that we have to look at. And I'm going to tell you that I am such a creator. Whenever I see stuff like this, I say, There's a growing market that we need a site to go to where we have people that do hair. And I don't know what it will be called, but I'm thinking hard about it because that's how God created me. I'm just a creator, right? I'm saying to myself, hey, I need to create a site where these ladies that do hair, affordable hair, nice hair for affordable prices. Yeah, that's what we need. But anyways, I'm sorry to get on that little tantrum, but I just wanted you all to know how I'm starting to think. And listen, I had my hair done on Thursday. I've washed my hair 2 times since then because I play tennis so much. So it didn't even make sense for me to even pay that much because I know I got to wash my hair at least 2 to 3 times out the week because I play tennis so much and I sweat like crazy. So it wasn't even really worth it for me to pay that $150. I just didn't do my homework, and the number she threw out there, I paid because I did not ask her ahead of time. That was my bad. But I was like, I can't do that anymore because every dollar that I have for the rest of my life, I need to be intentional about it. And this is the same thing about paying off your mortgage. This rebellion that we're in, this buy nothing rebellion. I'm, like I said in my previous video, you guys, even to the point to Christmas, maybe one gift. I know everybody want to spurge, want to show their trees, want to show their kids getting 1,000,000 gifts and show off they have all this money. But I'm going to tell you something about that money. That money can leave very quickly when one little thing happened to you. I'm telling you. So you want to be very intentional on what we're doing with our money from here on out. And I am. I'm like, you know what? I'm not paying $150 for this. Look, I barely even got hair on this head, okay? I'm so serious. So I just don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to get my mind to the point to where I feel like I'm making enough money I can pay that $150. I don't even want to do that with even making money. That's unacceptable to me, right? But listen, okay, I'm going to get back to about the video, but that's just one of the things I want us to be intentional about, again, to understand where our dollars are going, what we're spending it on, what we're doing here. This is all part of the rebellion, right? So look, let me just simplify this for you of how this works. You use your income. It's called cycling or velocity banking to attack your principal early. Instead of paying the minimum each month, you will strategically apply lump sums towards your principal at key points. Right? So this drastically reduces interest over time and shorten the loan dramatically. You're not just paying more, you're paying smarter. And that is what velocity banking is. Velocity banking is the engine behind the income cycling. It's about using cash flow and revolving line of credit strategically, just like corporations do. And with this here, the goal is to leverage short-term credit like a HELOC to knock off long-term debt like a mortgage. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't have a mortgage, but I have a HELOC. It's still a mortgage. But I did not have this information when I initially got my HELOC. I wasn't schooled on how to use it. I used my HELOC to continue to provide income to my logistics business that wasn't doing well, of not having the right employees and drivers. Oh my gosh, I didn't use it properly, right? So I'm here trying to get all that back together so then I can start my HELOC over and do it the right way. And I'm like, okay, I need to find information for those like myself who wasn't informed how to use my HELOC. And I want to start over and use it the right way. Give me a strategy on what I need to do with my HELOC now that I know I didn't do it the right way. But for those of you who have an opportunity to do it, this is where we want to school you on how to do this HELOC. And again, you open a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit. This is your financial weapon. This is a financial weapon. I'm telling you guys, like I said, I have one, but I just did not execute it properly. And I'm hoping I get a do-over, and maybe I won't have to do anything over because I'll make enough money to where I don't need anybody else's money unless I'm investing it into a business. That's when I want to use somebody else's money. But let's say this, like $25,000, you use a HELOC to make a lump sum payment on your mortgage principal. Let's say you drop $20,000 towards your principal in month one. Your mortgage instantly recalculates interest on a smaller balance. Now, instead of interest on $250,000, you're paying interest on $230,000. You use your regular income to pay the HELOC balance, right? Instead of paying the bank back monthly for 30 years, as your HELOC balance drop, you repeat the process, velocity attacking principles and ways of like, you'll repeat it every 6 to 12 months. Each round, you'll knock off years and tens of thousands in interest. Yeah, that's the math. And I'm going to give you the link to the YouTube channel to the lady that I found, and she gives you a whole diagram on how to do this. She have different videos about this. And I want you guys to be so equipped, because we're in this rebellion. We're knee deep in this rebellion, and we need every tool that we can, right? And listen, your mortgage interest, it compounds monthly. HELOC interest compounds daily. So it's easier to manipulate and pay less. Yeah. So by cycling money faster and targeting principal, you shorten time and shrink total interest owed. Oh my gosh, you guys. I wish I knew this when I first took out my HELOC. I really do. I just really wish I had this. But I'm going to find some type of information for myself, and maybe people that are in my position who have a HELOC that's paying my HELOC, on how I can start over, what I need to do with mine. But this is for those who can do this right now, right? And let me tell you something. This is a direct connection to the rebellion. Remember what we said in the Homeowners Rebellion. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch that. We're not buying more. We're building better. Paying off your home early is the ultimate act of rebellion, because the moment you own your home right out or outright, you're free. You're free from one of the system's biggest control mechanisms, and that is called debt. Imagine what happens when millions of homeowners stop feeding that machine. Banks lose powers, family gains peace. Your families will gain so much peace. Communities, again, gain ownership. That's not just financial freedom. That's generational leverage, guys. You know what? We can do this. And for those who have faith, in the Lord Jesus Christ, we pray. That's another faith factor here. Faith over finances means believing that God can multiply your discipline. It's not just about having more. It's about managing what you already have with divine strategy, you guys. Oh, wait, hold on. The scripture for that, Deuteronomy 28 says, we are called to be the lenders, not the borrowers. That's what this rebellion is about. Stewardship, ownership, dominion. You can't lead if you're chained to payments. You can't lead if you're chained to payments. How can we lead if we're constantly chained to payments? This is why I'm telling you guys, I'm not paying $150 for my hair to be cut again. And I didn't even get a conditioner. Normally they give conditioner, you sit up on the dryer, your hair getting all conditioned and everything. I didn't get that. And I'm not saying anything bad about her, because, my hair turned out okay. I got a pretty decent grade of hair, but I don't have a whole lot of it either. But just that, the spirit in me, like, it chastised me. It chastised me and told me, you're trying to build something. So you got to be very strategic with your money. And that's what I have to do. That's what we have to do. So this is a challenge. This is a move up challenge this week. Pull out your mortgage statement. Look at how much goes towards your principal and how much goes to interest. Then ask yourself, how much longer do I want to be a financial slave to my lender? A slave to, that's exactly what we are. Set a target date for freedom. Whether it's using the 77 month, 10 years, or 15 years, then start planning your strategy. Refinance smart. Pay bi-weekly, apply bonuses or tax refunds straight to the principal. Because a lot of times, what we'll do? We'll take that tax refund and apply it to maybe a credit card. I'm paying off my credit card, and then you go back and use it again. Mm-mm. We have to start being smarter, guys. I'm serious. This is a serious movement for us. All right. So we're going to eliminate every debt that doesn't serve our mission or your mission, because once that home is paid off, every other door opens. And remember, I'm going to give you the young ladies a YouTube link in my description, and I need you to go there. Educate yourself. Stop running from messages within the first 30 seconds or a minute. You're going to have to start being smart. And the way of being smart is reading and listening and starting to apply the things that are being taught to you. That's if you really want to be a part of a rebellion. That's if you really want to stop borrowing and be a lender at some point, right? You know, guys, we just have to change because the income gap is getting bigger and bigger. And that gap is really big, right? The billionaires and then us. But if we're smart, we will no longer feed the billionaires. All right, homeowners, this is your mortgage rebellion. You don't need to wait 30 years to own what's already yours, or they say ours, but if we don't pay, they come and take it. So it's not really ours, but they say we own it. You just need a plan, discipline, and faith. The system taught us to wait. Faith teaches us to move. Hey, drop in the comments, I'm building freedom. Just go ahead and drop that in the comments that you're building freedom. Put that in the comments. And also, listen, if you really like this message and you want more, because I'm going to continue to give you more. I am an adjuster. I've adjusted for a long time. And the homeowners, you guys were the only ones that I've worked with. It's like I know you guys from top to bottom. I don't care if you're rich or poor. I've had my hands on you at some point at being a claims adjuster, and you are my audience, and this is who I'm trying to inspire, and just also inspire myself, because doing this research, I realized that I was doing things wrong. I misdid my HELOC. And I need to redo it all over again. I'm just hoping I can find me a strategy to get that right. But anyways, hit the like button. Drop a comment, subscribe, even share this with other homeowners that you do know, because we all need to band together. We need to get from on these mortgages and my HELOC as well, right? Because to me, that's nothing but a mortgage too. But anyways, don't forget to subscribe to Beyond the Claim, the adjuster's voice to homeowners, for more real talk on faith, finance, and freedom. This is what we're here for. I want to get to 20,000 homes by the end of the year. Right now, I am starting from scratch, but hey, anything is possible, right? So also listen to this. As an adjuster, if you know of anyone that's struggling with insurance claim, and they don't mind bringing it to the forefront and discussing it and allowing a panel of adjusters to take a look at their claim, to take a look at their damages, because we're going to be real with you. We're going to let you know, hey, okay, we see where you're coming from, or we're going to tell you that damage is old. You know, we're skilled adjusters. We've been doing this for a long time. We know what's going on. But if we can help you get that claim paid, and we can give you direction and tell you your next step or what you should do, or how we see it, we would definitely love to do that. So, hey, send me an email, POV at beyondtheclaim.com. Okay, that's P as in Papa, O as in Oscar, V as in Victor, at beyondtheclaim.com. And we would love to follow your claim. But remember, it will be on this channel. It will be broadcast so other people will see as well. So you have to be able to be transparent and open. Okay. All right. So that's it for me today. I will see you on the next video. Take care.